Macron wants to push religion out of education. He wants to take religion out of the public sector in France. He is a democratically elected leader of a sovereign and secular country, and he is well within his rights to legislate. The bill is designed to strengthen France's bedrock law of 1905, one that officially separates the church and the state. It's all fair on paper and in theory, but is it really possible to separate religion from the state, even for a country as fiercely secular as France? When Charlie Hebdo republished its cartoons on the Prophet Muhammad, President Macron said, "The French have the right to blaspheme." In July this year, Turkey's President Erdogan converted the Hagia Sophia into a mosque. Turkey defended the move by citing sovereignty. Last month, Sri Lanka discussed a ban on cow slaughter. The move was seen in favor of the majority Buddhists. These are all secular countries, so that's what they call themselves. And yet, they have laws that tend to favor one religion and upset another. And this is true even in the most secular of states. France is no exception. The French constitution says, and I'm quoting, "France shall be a secular republic. It shall ensure the equality of all citizens before the law, without distinction of origin, race, or religion. France believes in the right to have an opinion on religion. It believes in the right to blaspheme. It believes in separating the state from religion. But its application looks almost impossible." There are two big challenges. First is foreign interference, and the second is secularism versus Islamic terrorism. France has the highest number of Muslims in Europe, 6 million of them. And they make up at least 8% of the French population. French Muslims are balkanized, but their mosques, organizations and schools often receive funding from Muslim countries. Between the 1960s and the 1990s, Morocco, Algeria and Turkey sent paid imams to France. They also funded prayer rooms and organized national federation. Why did they do all of this? Because these countries hoped that France's Muslims will one day return home. France thought the same. It saw Muslims as temporary migrants, so it did not really mind interference from Muslim countries. But things began to change in the late 1900s. France realized the growing power of Islamic movements. There were some triggers. In 1979, there was a revolution in Iran. In 1982, Egyptian President Anwar al-Sadat was assassinated. In 1989, the Soviet Union withdrew from Afghanistan. These were crucial moments. By the 1990s, France began exerting control over its Muslim population. It was not easy. There were hurdles like the Muslim World League. The Saudi-based league promotes Saudi-style Islamic beliefs. It funded a number of mosques in the 1980s and 90s. The same World League also funds the Tablighi Jamaat, by the way, and the Salafists. And all of these groups used to operate freely in France's Muslim neighborhoods. Another challenge was Algeria. It was reluctant to give up its role as the caretaker of the Great Mosque of Paris. In the year 2000, France tried to contain the influence of the Muslim Brotherhood. Early in Macron's career, he declared that he will, quote-unquote, set down markers for the entire way in which Islam is organized in France. In 2018, he began consulting experts on how to create a framework for financing places of worship and for collecting donation. He also wanted to vet and train imams working in France. The idea was to reform religious organizations and end foreign funds pouring into the Muslim community. What was the need for all of this? Islamic terrorism. The threat is real in France more than anywhere else. Since 2013, at least 1,700 French nationals have joined the ISIS, Islamic State. France has seen several attacks orchestrated by the country's Muslim citizens, be the Charlie Hebdo attack in 2015 or the recent attack on 2 people with a meat cleaver. Macron entered office in 2015. It was on the heels of the November 2015 terror attacks. 90 people were killed. The ISIS had claimed responsibility. His task was cut out, countering Islamic terrorism in his country. Like former President of France, François Hollande, Emmanuel Macron decided to work towards creating a French Islam, a brand that is unique to France. What is not unique is this attempt. Saudi Arabia has done it. A Saudi version of Islam, they have it. Turkey has done it. And now China is trying to do the same. It is cynicizing Islam in concentration camps of Xinjiang. But unlike China, France is a civilized society, a country where the government is held accountable. So it is introducing new laws to tailor Islam. President Emmanuel Macron's new bill is aimed at creating a French Islam. This is not France trying to separate the state from religion. This is France codifying Islam to create a brand particular to this country. Thank you for watching Gravitas on WION's YouTube channel. If you want to stay up to date with what's happening around the world, then subscribe to our channel and don't forget to like and share. Thank you very much for watching WION. World is One.